The Chicago Bulls are a complete disaster. They're the most confusing team in the entire NBA, and I want to talk about it in today's video. So today's topic is, what is going on with the Chicago Bulls? In this video, I just want to talk to you guys about how I'm feeling about the Chicago Bulls. This video is no real structure, no real script, I just want to talk. And as a Bulls fan, I have no idea what to expect from this team. Are they going to pull off being a good basketball team that is functioning well and is actually good? Or are they just going to end up at the bottom of the standings and just be a bad NBA team? Or are they just going to be another mediocre team that ends up in the play-in and just loses or wins or whatever and ends up with the 8th seed? We have no idea where they're going to end up, and it does not look good for the Bulls as of right now. The first thing I want to talk about is the big three of Zach, DeMar, and Vooch. Is this big three good enough to be contending for titles every single year? Absolutely not. But is this big three good enough to be a functional, decent franchise? Kind of. This big three really isn't an amazing big three. I mean, they're talented, but I wouldn't say they're ready to be an amazing team with this big three. DeMar, he just turned 34 like a few days ago, and he's going to be on the last year of his contract. And the question is, do they extend his contract with his age? He's probably one of the oldest players on the team. And if you do decide to extend his contract, how long do you extend it for? 3 years, 2 years, 1 year? I'm a really big DeMar fan. He's my favorite player right now, and I would love for him to stay with the Chicago Bulls, but he's getting older, and maybe a 1 or 2 year contract extension is the best for the Chicago Bulls and the best for him. That's what I think would be best for the Bulls with DeMar, to give him a contract extension that is probably 2 years. That's what I think. 1 or 2 years contract extension. That is what I think. No 3 year contract extension, or no 4 years. That's too long. He's going to be 38 by the time that ends, or 39? No, he's going to be making a ton of money by the 39. No, that's not good. Vooch, we just re-signed him this offseason. And Vooch is talented. He's good on offense. He can get rebounds. He may not be the best defensive center out there, but he's talented. He's 32 or 33, and he's still talented. He's good in the post. He could hit mid-range shots. He could hit threes decently well. He can get rebounds. And he's a solid playmaking big man. He's pretty decent playmaking out of the high post area. And if they just sometimes do they play through Vooch, it ends up going well. And Zach, I think Zach is the most talented out of all three of them. He's the youngest, and personally, I think he's the most talented. He's crazy on offense. He could shoot from anywhere. Defense, he's a little better than DeMar on defense, I think, but I think Zach is a little more talented than DeMar, and he's the best out of the three of them. But this past season, something was wrong with his hand. He wasn't the most healthy, but he had some months where he was doing a little bad, some months where he was doing amazing. But my opinion, I'm sure other people agree, is I think Zach is the most talented. He's the best player on the Bulls right now. It's close with DeMar, but I think they're tied for the best player on the team. Vooch maybe third, maybe. But Vooch, I like him. I like Vooch, but how do I feel about him being our starting center and being part of that big three? I don't know, man. And I want to talk about Patrick Williams. I want him to take the next step. And I don't want him to be stuck in the 4th or 5th option or wherever he's at. I think he's the 4th option right now. And he's 21 years old, man. He's younger than some of these rookies coming in the NBA for the first year, and he's going to be in his 4th year right now. He's 21 years old. And he's a pretty decent spot-up shooter. He shot 41% from 3 this past season. I know it was only 4 attempts, but 41% from 3. He can hit those catch and shoot or just spot-up threes. He can hit those. And I really want to see his development. I really want to see him get more of a scoring role in the offense, and I'm really excited for Patrick Williams. I want to talk more about him, but this entire team is just in shambles. They're horrible. I don't know what to expect. I just don't want to be a fan of them. Some days I think they're the best team in the NBA, and I don't know, man. In free agency, they added Jevon Carter and Torrey Craig. Sure, it was pretty good. I'd rate it like a B free agency, B minus B. I think Torrey Craig and Jevon Carter were good additions to the team. Jevon Carter, he's a good defensive player. He can hit threes, And same with Torrey Craig, he's a good 3-and-D player. And I think that's kind of what the Bulls needed. But, like, are those players really going to shift the entire tempo of this team to, like, competing? No, those players aren't enough. In the draft, they got Julian Phillips and Adamo Sanago. Julian Phillips is like a forward, I believe, and Adamo Sanago is just 6'9" big man. And who they lost in free agency was Patrick Beverley, and they lost Marko Simonovic, who they just waived. And free agents that they still could sign who were on the team last season are Javonte Green, Derrick Jones Jr., and Terry Taylor. And Javonte Green is pretty solid. I'd say maybe bring him back. I don't know how many roster spots they have open, but Derrick Jones Jr. did help. They played small ball with him a little bit, and he did pretty good in some spots. Some days he was out of the rotation for a little bit. Some days he was back in getting some minutes, but I like those guys. I like Javonte Green. I like Derrick Jones Jr., but I don't know how many roster spots the team has left. I think it might be 1 or 2. I believe it's 1 or 2 spots open. And in this, I'm just talking. There's no real structure. I don't have a ton written down. But yeah, so these are really my opinions on what is going on with the Chicago Bulls. They're in shambles. I don't know what to expect. And I'm going to try to make a prediction of where they end up in this upcoming season. And I know this video is a disaster, but I just wanted to talk about my favorite team and what's going on. And I forgot to mention they also extended Ayo and Kobe's contract, or they brought back Ayo on a 3-year, $22 million, $21 million contract. So he's making about $7 million per year. And then they brought back Kobe White on I forget what his contract looks like. But yeah, they brought back Vooch, Ayo, and Kobe on like bigger deals, contract extensions. Yeah, you get it. And I think Ayo could be pretty solid. Kobe White, I really like Kobe White. But the biggest thing, I think, will be Patrick Williams and his development. Is just Patrick Williams alone going to change the entire tide of the Chicago Bulls franchise history and all of that? Yeah, no, they're not. But, like, I really like Patrick Williams, and I want to see where he goes this upcoming season. And here's my prediction. Any other Bulls fans, you could leave your predictions in the comments below. But my prediction is the Chicago Bulls are going to be the 9th seed. They're going to be the 9th seed. They're going to be in the play-in again. And they're going to lose to, I don't know, they're going to lose to like the Hawks or something like that. I'll make a standings prediction in another video, but I think the Bulls are going to be the 9th seed. And that's going to wrap it up for today's video, so why don't you guys put your thoughts in the comments below, leave a like, and hit the subscribe button, because we are getting very close to 400 subscribers. So why don't you guys help me reach that goal, and leave a like, hit the subscribe button. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.